Hey everyone, we missed many of you in our Zoom meeting this morning. I wanted to share a video with you to explain how to do the what types of sentences worksheet. We went over it briefly in the meeting, so if you need some extra help with it, you can watch this video. We also shared our book reports, so not everybody shared, and if you didn't share, that was okay. So it's okay if you weren't there, but I just wanted to fill you in on what we did. So, for what types of sentences? We have four types of sentences. Those sentences can look similar for a lot of them because in those sentences we have, even though there's four different types, there's only three punctuations that we can use. We can use a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark. So that means that two types of sentences are going to use the same punctuation. The first type of sentence we have is a command. And a command would be you telling someone to do something. So, for example, if your mom says, go to bed, or do your homework, she's telling you that you need to do something. Or you might say a command to somebody else. You might say, get me some water, please. Now, commands, if we want to be polite, we will use please and thank you. But commands, we use a period. A command is not where you're necessarily yelling at someone. It can be, but then it would be an exclamation command. And for our purpose, we're just going to do a period. So go to bed. Do your homework. And those are complete sentences because it's telling somebody to do something. Now, it's not a very big, long sentence, go to bed. That's not a very expansive sentence. So we would want to really expand on it. We might want to say, Henry, it's time for you to go to bed now. And that way, you're telling who you're talking to and what you want them to do. Instead of just saying the command itself. Now, the command itself is a sentence, but it's not a very good sentence. So that's our first type of sentence, a command, and that one we used a period. The second type of sentence, we're also going to use a period, and that's called a statement. Statements are where we just are stating a fact. We're telling something that happens that you can prove that is true. So, for example, I might say, I am a teacher. Even though I'm excited about it, I'm not going to say, I am a teacher! Because if I said it like that, then we would need an exclamation point. But I'm just telling you something that's true. Or, there are 6 people in my house, 6 people that live in my house. That's a statement because I'm telling you something that you may not know. But a statement can also be something that you already do know. That, oops, I'm talking and writing at the same time and writing the wrong wrong word. I wrote you, and that's not part of the sentence. There are 6 people that live in my house. And I'm going to put a period at the end. The next type of sentence is an exclamation. And we know that exclamations are when we're excited or we're really mad about something. So, an exclamation. And that's kind of pretty obvious that we're going to use an exclamation point at the end of those sentences. So we might say, wow, or oh no, or ouch. So those are things that you might yell or you might say with excitement or with a strong emotion. It's not something that you're just saying with a normal voice. Your voice, when you say it, is going to go up in volume or in the tone, which means how loud you hear it, or you hear my tone stay the same when I'm saying a statement. But when I'm asking or when I'm telling you something that's exciting, my voice will change. It'll go up because I want you to tell that what I'm feeling in that sentence. And the last type of sentence is a question. It's where you're asking somebody something. So, may I have some ice cream, please? And again, when you speak that sentence, your voice will go up at the end, so that way somebody knows that it's a different type of sentence. May I have some ice cream, please? And that's how you can tell when you're speaking to someone if they're asking a question or telling you something, because sometimes you would be saying the same thing, but if we read it, we would see the punctuation mark, but our voice tells us what type of punctuation we were using. So for example, you might say Miss Friedman, and that would be the beginning of your sentence, but you might be trying to get my attention. You might say Miss Friedman, or excuse me, Miss Friedman. And so if I were reading it, I would see that you have a comma or a period instead of a question mark. But the only way that I know that you're asking me something when you're speaking is because your voice changes. It goes up. So again, questions, we have question marks. So how old are you? That's another question. So for your worksheet, you're going to be writing the punctuation marks to complete the different sentences. And then what you're going to do, and I didn't have it printed out, but I'm going to explain what to do. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take those numbers. So for example, if you have an exclamation point for number 1, you're going to look at the code or the key and see what color you're going to color exclamation points. And you're not coloring it in the sentence. You're going to find that number. I'm going to find number 1 if it's an exclamation point. Again, I don't have the worksheet in front of me, so it may not be. So don't follow what I'm saying right now in the sense of if it's a question mark, you have to color it that color. But if it were an exclamation point, then I would look and see what color I have to color for an exclamation point. Look at number 1 on the caterpillar and color it that color. And I'm going to do that for all of the different numbers until the caterpillar is colored incorrectly. If for some reason you don't have the color that it says, cross the color out on the key and write what color you're coloring, so that way I don't mark it wrong, or I don't, when I send you your feedback, meaning the corrections, I don't send you something that doesn't need to be corrected. I hope that clears up how to do the types of sentences. And if you have any other questions, you can join me for my office hours from 1 to 2:30 today. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye, guys.